Imagine your imagination pacing back and forth within a tiny box. The tiny box has tiny locks on a tiny door. The tiny door is locked by a mighty force. Imagine your imagination trying to create stimulation within that tiny box. Your imagination cannot, or your imagination is lost. Imagine your imagination wanting to explore, only to conform to the restraints enforced by the force that holds the locks on the door. Imagine your imagination lacking. Oh, see, it always happens, but it's cool. Just kicking it. Hold on. Right. Imagine your imagination lacking inspiration to perform the magic and miracles it was meant to. Your imagination moans and groans, feeling all alone. So your imagination imagines dialing an imaginary phone. Your imagination imagines a conversation with itself, and it goes like this. We shall leave this box, for it is cursed. If it is force without that keeps us in, then we shall reverse the simple trend. More force within than without will surely win us freedom, without a doubt. So your imagination imagines lifting the gravity away from every object and projecting that force towards the walls of that tiny box. Your imagination imagines a devastating explosion, and when the smoke clears, your imagination imagines breathing fresh air. Imagine your imagination's fear when it realizes the box is still there. Your imagination feels defeat, so your imagination takes a seat and sits still as if in meditation, feeling like a prisoner kept in captivation. But then comes the realization. Your imagination imagines itself as the imagination it is, able to create anything that does or does not exist. Your imagination starts running wild, like being tamed is gone way out of style. Your imagination imagines dragons driving wagons with wheels the size of mountains, mermaids laughing and splashing in an overflowing fountain, countless magicians and genies granting wishes to meanies. Fuck you, Jafar. Your imagination imagines the sharp end of a heart piercing Mauna Kea while the fisherman fishes in the crater of killer whale. Your imagination imagines the power of a killer whale slicing through the currents of the deep blue sea. It is in these moments your imagination begins to see. Your imagination imagines it can possess the power of anything it please, so your imagination possesses the power of ease. Discovering the keys to release the locks in the box. No force can stop the power of your thoughts. Yeah, that's the one. Yes. yeah. No force can stop the power of your thoughts. Your imagination imagines the force that it fought, reflecting on the lessons it was taught. Trying to force to stop leads to an impossible plot, a story with no ending. But to have your imagination start spinning, your heart will start grinning. Gaining power within to defeat force without is only the beginning. Yeah?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right, so let's take it back to the beginning.
Right. Okay.
Imagine your imagination imagining a tiny box, tiny locks, tiny doors, and a mighty force. For those who get out, I'll be down at the shore, for I do not actually imagine these things, of course. But for those who do, I'll pray for you poor confused casualties, blind to the fact that we use our imaginations to imagine our reality.